Okay team, so this is a video for my client, just to get their final approval and sign off before I start deep casting. So this is down the southern coast, the back coast of the table, and this is all done with New Zealand opal. I go digging for opal once to twice a year, and this is opalized mangrove and opalized kauri. So this is the opal coastline coming down here, and I'm really happy with that. I'm very happy with the 3D effects that I've got going on here. It's got really good depth and very good character. I'm happy with the pinnacles. I got a little sandy bay, nothing too dramatic, and it comes down to the broken rock cliff. Coming around the corner we go into obsidian. So we've got obsidian, which has been hand dug from between Taupo and Rotorua, and that's another thing that I do once to twice a year. I go and hand dig obsidian. I'm happy with the waterfall as it comes down. I think the effects in there are really good. Once this is all covered, this is going to go a lot more transparent. Paintbrush will not be included in the build. This will go a lot more transparent, so I'm going to put a little bit of white, milky white on it, but not too much. And by transparency I mean it will go more like this, you see. So we're going to make it a little bit milky white, but not too much. Coming around here we've got the breaking waves coming up onto the coastline and onto the outer islands. Once again, I'm just going to tweak this with a little bit of skim milky white, because otherwise it's going to go very translucent. So I just want to tidy that up a little bit. Coming into our volcano, I'm happy with the volcano. We've got lots of different colour in there and it's looking fairly realistic. And we've got like the acidic wash which is coming off the volcano out into the bay. It's got like glass over this at the moment that is crushed up obsidian, and that'll be just cemented in with the next layer. Coming down the coast, we'll come down the outer part first, I think. Broken Islands, very weedy, coming down onto a sandbank. Another really good deep channel, lots of good 3D effect in there, and as you can see here guys, you know, you can see the multiple layers of white and turquoises as we've come down the coastline into this main channel with a really cool cave. Coming up here, a little bit of weed. I didn't want to put too much colour in here. Comes into Broken Power Shell Bay. Coming back around to a very subtle waterfall, and this upper part's going to have more turquoise water in it as if it's flowing down, you know, really deep turquoisey. And I'm going to leave this fairly plain because it's just wash off, and the wash off is a lot whiter or clearer than what the main river structure is. Coming into the bay is all fully turquoise, power shell, glass and azurite crystal, as well as sands and other effects. Coming back down, we come back down through the channel, crushed obsidian, lots of 3D effects and 3D layering going on here. And then we come out through that channel to the big bay. Big bay, lots of white broken water crashing up against the cliff face and bouncing back. Water gushing out from the waterfalls, which in itself is creating a lot of turbulence coming over the bay. As you can see here, fully 3D, lots of good windows, and we have a window like in here which goes all the way down to the base layer, and that looks really epic and really cool. Comes right onto the southern coastline again and goes back down there. Happy with that. We're coming out here now. This is a whirlpool. So once I do the next coat, the next coat will be most likely 15 millimeters deep. Then once the resin's about 3/4 set, I'm going to put some more effect into here and then do some more white swirling. So it's going to make the wheel pull look more 3D. I was considering putting like a boat here and a rope going through to the other side, but I think that's just going to make this table too gimmicky, and it's not really the right piece for it. We're trying to keep this as natural looking as possible, and I think the way we're going here is looking really, really epic. Coming into a sandy bay which has got breaking water crashing up into the shoreline, bits of broken stone and pebbles and stuff on top, and a little bit of greenery here and there, but no fancy toys or anything else. Coming out here, I do have these broken islands, which I will be putting a little bit of white water effect around this layer, and that'll be really epic. I'm just about to calculate how much resin I'm going to use to build this up now, but it's going to be a huge volume, and that's already been prepaid and or taken care of. So with my client, yeah, the deep casting now all the way to the top is taken care of, and that should actually leave us a bit of resin for doing the drop down sides. So if you remember the Manly Liquorland table, guys, if you look up Manly Liquorland table on Facebook or on our YouTube channel, you'll see that from the water layer, well, here for example, from the water layer coming down, we're coming down 1 to 200 millimeters, and I hand shaped it like water, like waves running off the table. So that's the sort of effect that I think we're aiming for with this piece. All the corners on this table, like here, this will be rounded off, ground down, shaped, rounded off, and it'll be wavy like this way and in and out this way, all around the outside edge to create a really stunning 3D effect. And that's just something that I do and I throw in as an extra for my clients. I think once we do the drop down, we should keep the drop down fairly low. So like in the corners, I think we should do a real big drop off, like water's flowing out of this corner and down almost to the floor, so we're hiding the majority of the steel frame, and try to do that using the least amount of resin possible, and then do maybe 50 to 200 mil up and down through there. Water effect, I'm pretty sure we're going to have pretty close to enough resin to be able to do that. That has already been allocated for, and yeah, I think it'll just make it. It'll just take this from being an epic table into something that's absolutely mind-blowing. Coming back to the volcano, I'm going to be drilling this core out all the way through the base of the mold. Once I get down to the mold layer, I'm going to fill this with silicon. I'm going to put in a crushed crystal, and I'm going to put a voice activated light underneath. There is the option, if you want, that I can put some venting in here. What I mean by venting is we can build up the glass layer to somewhere around about here, or very light effects, and we create some vent holes, and you have the option that where it comes up to the surface, the finished surface, we create another rim on the top, and then fully cast mold that, no extra cost to you. And then we put a fog machine in the bottom, so you actually have fog coming out of the volcano if you want to. Ideally, I'd like to see a light box under this. Once we get it out of the mold, Once we get up to that stage, we'll get it out of the mold. We'll put this into a light box or a light box underneath it, and just see how epic it really looks, and whether we should justify putting a light box in. But once again, with 90% of the ocean tables we do put a light box in, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. I will put a bit of video from another table or photograph at the end of this video, just to show the example and effects of a light box. All of this top will be sanded back again once we're finished doing the deep cast layer. The table's slightly unlevel at the moment, that's why it's sort of low on that side, high resin volume on this side, but we know that the slab is correct, or fairly correct, give or take 5 to 10 millimeters. All of this will be sanded down once all the table and all the detailing has been done on the edges, ready for the deep casting on the sides. The whole top will be covered with our high performance tabletop resin, and then the sweetheart will be ready to come to your home. It's going to be really heavy, guys. I'm about to put another 70 to 80 kilos of resin into this darling, and so yeah, she's going to be pretty heavy table, but yeah, there'll never be another one like this. I mean, this is just like next level, off the chart. Okay guys, so that's it there. Zero to hero, hashtag zero to hero table, and it is a winner. Well, it doesn't even have a light box yet. All I've done is I've just run the lighting strip, which is in some places upside down under the table here, just to give you a bit of an idea of how the sweetheart's going to look once it's all done.